By the way, do you believe in law of attraction, Dan?
Yeah, I believe in those things, manifestation, law of attraction, those kind of things. But the one thing he told me is you can manifest all you want and take God's gift that he gave you, but if you don't execute, you're not going anywhere. Like
100%.
God isn't going to be like, here's a bag of $10 million, man. Enjoy. He put the opportunity, but it's already all around you, whether you're working in the mall or selling t-shirts, the opportunity is there. It's just, again, you can't get confined, and great religious leaders, I'm not super religious, but great religious leaders through all time were rebels. Like people wanted to kill them,
Good
because they thought
point.
they were crazy and they just didn't want to be, they wanted to set their own tone, of what they saw, which is
Sure.
cool.
That's true. So my belief in law of attraction did this book that came out with years ago, Secret, that, if you visualize it, affirm it, it'll come, but they missed a big component. And to your point, you take action. You do everything else, the vision board and all these exercises, you do them, but you must take action. And something you said right now and touch on super, super crucial. It's always around us. The RAS, I think it's called reticular activating system in the system mind. It's the philosophy behind that. It's like the answer is in front of you, but you have to train your mind to look for it. So the Radio Shack thing, did you ever in your mind say, I want to be a millionaire, I want to make this much money, and like you manifested, or was just that's like a coincidence for you, like you meeting him?
It started because when we were poor, I remember my mom and dad had a lot of bills and a lot of debt. And when I was little, I was like 5 years old, and my mom and dad used to pray for hours over these bills, and she'd be crying over these bills. And I said to myself, "This is never going to happen." So I remember when I started selling those T-shirts back then, I handed her 4 grand in cash. I go, "Mom, hey, get whatever you need." And she was like, "Did you steal this?" And I'm like, "No, I was selling sunglasses." She's like, "This is going to make a huge difference." And so I remember she filled the fridge. She went to the grocery store, filled the fridge with really good food, and just cooked all this Chinese food and stuff. And so I would help her since then. And even when in their older age, they were never really good with money. I remember the proudest moment I had is when they retired bankrupt. They had nothing and they were going to go on government assistance. And then I said, "Mom, hey, I'm going to fly you out with dad here to Park City, Utah." And I handed him the keys to and the title to a BMW X5 because my dad always had a picture on the wall of the X5. And then I bought him a house in Park City, and they lived there for like 20 years in their retirement. So it made me feel good because they never cried again about money. They had everything they needed. So
That's
and
an
they
amazing
got
story.
to spend so much time with them. It's great.
That's a sweet story, man. Wow. Dan, you have brothers and sisters?
Brother,
Okay.
sister.
And what I mean, they're good in life.
My brother is a genius. His IQ is double than mine, but he doesn't like to take risk. Um, and my sister though is super entrepreneur. She opened a big medical clinic, and she sold it like 5 years ago, and now her and her husband just travel the world. And I think she's much more wealthy than I am actually because the
Really?
clinic was crazy. And then my brother, we had a little bit of tension because he always thought mom always spoiled you because I was the youngest one. And so when we got some inheritance money, my sister and I said, "Hey, let's just give that to my brother." And so we gave him the whole inheritance, and he was freaking out. He goes, "You guys have these strings attached?" I'm like, "No, you can have money. We don't need money." And he was like, "Wow." And so that broke down the bond because he always thought, "Oh, Dan's all about money. Audrey's all about money." My sister. But then he realized, wait, they're actually nice people.
Yeah.
you know.
That's so sweet, man. That's very big of you guys to do that. But it's like abundance mindset, right? You have enough. You're good, man. You're more than enough. You're good and
Plenty. Yeah.
plenty.